Hey there, everybody. James here again with another Civ 6 video. This is, of course, going to be part 2 of the Let's Learn Civilization series, where, we're kind of just playing together, learning together, some of the basics of Civ, how the game works, just going over some tips and tricks that, as through the flow of the game, that kind of come up. And yeah, feel free to let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or anything like that. And of course, just want to preface, I'm not some super pro. I do love Civ a lot, and I've played quite a bit of Civ. And I just wanted to kind of help explain a lot of things, help teach different players, especially those who are maybe just getting into the game. Just as a quick recap, last time we started with our capital, Jamesland. We are playing, of course, as Cleopatra in Egypt. And we expanded upwards this way. We ran into Rome and India, who look like they're starting to get at it. Their cities are starting to expand close together, so they might be fighting soon. But then we quickly found out we had Norway right over here. Not ideal. Looks like he's starting to kind of encroach on our territory. So I think my next moves are going to be try to expand down around here, this area down here. Even though, again, it's not the greatest of land. Maybe I can get that Crater Lake, but otherwise, I don't know. It's a tough situation, especially since a lot of our land is actually quite flat. Means we're going to be low on production. So, we'll see how this game goes, obviously. But we hit a new era. We are currently in the classical era. And let's just get into this. All right. So let me actually turn on one important setting. And this is actually really good for everyone to know. If you go into your game settings and you go to interface, you can also go to... Where is it? Show yields and HUD ribbon, and change that to always show. So essentially what that did is up here in this corner, you start to see everyone's values. So I can see, I'm very behind in military strength right now. I'm behind in pretty much just about every facet of the game, but we are playing on deities, so it is natural to be behind early on. And a lot of what deity games and higher level games is really about a lot of it's survival and just trying to make it into the late game in order to slingshot ourselves past the AI. Because again, early on they get a lot of boosts, and I think once you get to late game, hopefully as a human player you're able to make better decisions than the AI, who quite frankly are pretty dumb. So hopefully you can figure out what to do, and it's really just about survival up until that point. We are, of course, Egypt, who gets a lot of gold resources from trading. We have some boosts from being next to rivers, as well as a chariot archer and a sphinx, which gives us faith, culture, appeal, and additional faith if next to a wonder, culture if built on a floodplain, and additional culture once natural history is founded. All right, so let's get into this. So I think one of the big things I want to do right now, looking at Norway, I'm not loving the situation. They're a lot stronger than me. So what I want to do for now, I think, is, can I actually get a builder out? Yeah, let's get this builder out actually, or sorry, the trader. Let's get this trader out and then start getting some more army units. I'm just gonna move some of my units around just to keep tabs on kind of seeing if there's any enemies coming around the area. Meanwhile, I'm going to move this builder here because I do want some of these nice resources. Got some jade now as well, giving us some faith as well. And let's actually check on the faith real quick. So it looks like still only one religion that is from Norway, but I am going to want to get this fairly quickly since Norway's capital is right here, and it likely will spread to me. Oh, looks like I already did. So yeah, if I can get there as quickly as I can, I think that would be important. Otherwise, let's see. Do I have any irrigation resources I need? Doesn't look like in particular, unless I want those bananas, which might actually be kind of useful this game. But otherwise, I think currency is going to be a big one I want to get. But I'll probably wait for after my trade route gets made. So in the meantime, what I'm thinking is let's get bronze working just because we already have that boost. See if we have iron around us, and also allows us to just help build some more units. And then we'll go from there. So this warrior obviously doing a lot of fighting over here. Let's move him back and retreat. We'll send him back to kill off those guys in a bit. And I want this archer just to kind of scout a bit more of the land, see if I can maybe squeeze a city somewhere around here. Might be tough. We'll see. Looks like some of these AI are starting to see this crater lake, so I'm going to want to be very careful and defend it. I'm just going to keep scouting around this area. And what is this working right now? Let's see. All right, so it is working the jade, which is fine. Looks like 3 turns. Let's actually... Let me think about this. No, let's keep it on that jade. It's fine. I'm gonna get that wheat though. And in the meantime, let's get that warrior healed up. We have met Hong Kong over up in the top right. This positioning for these guys makes it a little bit tough, but I think I can squeeze a city right here. And I don't think I'll really have too much competition here. So I'll kind of put that as one of my later priority cities. Even though it does have some pretty solid, like I do like the truffles, the coffee's not bad. And also just having this ocean area will be pretty useful as well. Looks like they also want us to build a campus. So again, you can hover over city-state quests by going over this this exclamation mark above their names. And essentially what these do are it gives you envoys in order to kind of gain control of city-states, right? So construct a campus, send a trade route, and recruit a great scientist. So all of those actually, I can get both of these fairly soon. I don't know if the great scientist, that might take a little bit of time. But overall, I think in the city-state game, not too bad, not too shabby, I must say. So I'm just going to move this archer around just to, again, just keep tabs, look around, see what's going on everywhere. Is there anything else I need to do? Let's just make sure we're working all the right things real quick. I think this looks fine. I don't think there's any additional areas unless I want that, but I think I'll leave that to Swanet. Might be a little nicer since Swinet's land, a lot of jungle, not too much crazy stuff going on. One important thing to note, of course, what I'm doing here is essentially selecting managed citizens. So if I wanted to, I could select different areas I want to work. If say I want to boost up my food a lot more, which 20 turns till the next population. I think now I'm thinking about it, maybe I actually will just select one of these jungles for now, get that food up a little bit. 5 turns, I'm okay there. Ideally, I would like this to be a little bit quicker, and maybe once I get this wheat, I'll see. All right, looks like we've got a boost for machinery. All right, let's change our policies. Anything in particular I want here? Let's see. So I think I can start getting these chariot archers. So what I think I'm going to actually do, just to make sure I can set up my own defenses, I'm actually going to switch the military card to cavalry units. And in the meantime, I might want to actually get another settler soon. So I might actually switch this over to settlers. Yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, for the next civic, usually like I've kind of mentioned in my 10 tips video, I usually like to go to political philosophy just because getting these extra policy cards is pretty game changing. So I'm going to select that as my next civic to research. Meanwhile, here in damn, even with the card, it's going to take 20 turns. Dang, bro. All right, it's okay. So one of the things that builders can do, and I won't necessarily. I'll play in ways I might not necessarily always play. Like generally, when I'm playing, especially early in the game, I do like to build improvements early. just because I think they kind of help carry strength over later. They're longer term investments, right? But at the same time, if I can get good boosts from being able to harvest a resource, so say I get this 24 food, right? How much do I have right now? I'm getting 3 food a turn, so that's basically 8 turns of food worth. That actually might not be that bad of a deal if I think about it, because I can always get a farm here. But later on, farms also do get adjacency bonuses. So I think for now, let's just harvest this just to show, so I can show you kind of what happens, right? So again, as I've kind of explained in the past, with builders, you can either build an improvement or you can sometimes harvest these resources. And so the improvements, again, they're going to be long-term investments. It's going to make this worth 3 food and 1 production. While this, if I harvest it, it's going to give us 24 food immediately. So just to show you what happens, let's hit this harvest and boom, I'm at full 2 food, but I'm not going to be able to get to the next level because right now I'm just not getting enough food. So yeah, let's lock that in for now. So I have 29 turns to get something out here to kind of help with this, but I'm thinking that might have been a dumb move, but it's okay. So next, I do want this chariot archer. It's just going to take a while. So I think what I'll do is I'll get this granary since I actually don't have a lot of housing either. And it'll help me get some food in the meantime. Okay, so she's still being assigned to that town. So governors, again, it's part of the, I want to say Rise and Fall, I believe is when they introduced governors. Essentially, there are different ways of boosting your cities. Each person kind of has their own theme, and based on how you like to play, based on what you like to do, you can kind of choose who you want to assign to each city in order to help boost them, and you'll be moving them around a lot depending on your goals. So who I have right now is Reina. I have her here. Basically, her basic ability is to increase land acquisition. Gives you additional gold as well for trade routes, and essentially I want that because I kind of want to expand this area out a little bit, kind of keep Norway out of here. So do I want any of these? Probably not. What I should have done is gotten Magnus, but it's okay. I'm not actually a big Magnus fan personally, just because I don't feel like I use harvests as much. Maybe it's something I should incorporate into my game moving forward, because I know a lot of high level players do actually like to use this. But I think one guy that you're almost always going to want to get is Pingala, and you usually like to put him in either your capital or just one of your large cities, because eventually he gets to produce science and culture based on your city size. So again, just keeping tabs on moving guys around. Just doing some more scouting. I'm going to move him into James Land to fortify until he's fully healed. And again, yeah, just checking around the land as much as I can, making sure that there's no settlers coming into the area. Basil finished Jebel Barca. That feels kind of early, but doesn't really. I don't really care about Jebel Barca too much. All right, so nothing too interesting there. So again, just moving guys around. I just want to keep things active, keep expanding my vision as much as possible. But I do want to be prepared just in case, someone does decide to attack me at any time, which, knowing Civ, it is bound to happen. Like, that warrior's already coming up a little bit. All right, so just finished ironworking. Let's look around our land and see if we have any sort of iron. I don't see any. So one way you can do it is through this search function here. So if you go to above the map, you see this map search button, and let's just type in iron. 0 results. So in all of the land I can currently see, there is no iron. Not ideal again, but you know. I think for now it's okay as long as I have my archers. I think I will be able to survive. Um, oh, nice. A little tribal village down there. Yeah, anytime you hear that little sound effect, definitely means there's a tribal village you'll want to visit. They can give you small boosts, and depending on the point of the game, they might actually give you some pretty decent stuff from time to time. Oh, so meanwhile, in you, looks like they are going to grow again soon, so maybe I don't even want to get this granary anymore. Let me think. What do I want here? Do I want... All right, let me check again if... Oh man, Eastern Orthodoxy has been founded and Hinduism has been founded as well. So it looks like a lot of religions springing up around me. So I'm wondering if I still want to play this religion game. So one way to kind of determine how your race for religion is going is through this Great People tab. It's this one right here at the top. By clicking on that, you can kind of see everyone's progress to getting great people. And also based on the numbers that they have here, you can kind of tell a little bit of like the types of buildings they might have. But essentially based on this, I have 14 points. I'm a little bit behind. Byzantium looks like he's getting fairly close. I don't know who these guys are, but some of them might already have religions as well, because I know Norway and India definitely do. So it's still close. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to beat them out for it. Let's see if I get this shrine. How many turns do I need for this? Different things. So I know originally I did want to play religion a little bit just because the Sphinx and everything I thought would be fun, but I think given the situation we're in, I'm gonna have to play a little bit leaner. I might have to just be very focused on kind of what I'm doing. So I think I'm gonna bypass religion at this point, and instead, let's actually get this next settler out. Try to get another city down. So let's figure out our next research. Let's just get irrigation, just so we have it, and we also can work on something here. So let's see. Maybe I could go religion. If I can build something quick here. Maybe I should go religion actually. Nah, I'm not gonna go religion. I don't think I'm gonna be able to compete with them in that. So instead, what I will do is do I want this tile or this tile? I think I'm gonna go with this one, but I'm gonna work again my campus later. Let's actually get some defenses up. Let's get another archer. No, forget the archer. Let's get the chariot archer. What did I put that card in for anyway? So I could send a trade route to Auckland if I want to get that nice little envoy there. But a good thing that you can also do, especially early on, which can be really strong, is send internal trade routes. So you see these two trade routes to my own cities. They'll help give food and production to my city. So I think at this point, I think let's go with that. It also builds roads by having trade routes. So I think that's also important, being able to, easily travel between my own land. So I'll send a trade route to James Land in order to really optimize that. Unmet player finished the pyramids. Darn you, unmet player. That should have been mine. Oh, damn. There's always a sheep that just has to get in the way of perfect mountain areas. So before, when you saw I was putting that, when I was going to, I'll show you again. But when I could potentially put down this campus, I was getting +3 from adjacent mountains. So at 1, 2, 3, I get +1 science for every adjacent mountain, right? And so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, putting a campus in that spot right there gives me +5 science, and that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. But again, just gonna keep moving my units around, scout the land a little bit. Otherwise, this turn seems like it's just about over. I want to kind of get my units down here because I do want to make sure that Norway isn't bringing up any settlers to try to take Crater Lake. I think I'm just gonna put something there. That way I can also get my my Sphinx nearby, and that'll give me some additional culture as well. So what I'm thinking right now is I think I'll focus more on science just because I don't want to fall behind too much. But definitely considering going heavy culture late into the game. Oh, right. So our little warrior here visited that village, and he gave me a free builder, which is amazing. It's actually exactly what I was hoping for. Again, let's look at what I'm working here so I know what I want to improve here. So let's do that. Nice. I got a boost because I had a flood, but Egypt actually doesn't get affected by floods, and we take advantage of the renewed land. I boosted irrigation, so I actually took a turn off of it just now through the Eureka. And yeah, that's a lot of food that it's giving there. So I do like that one. And next turn. All right, so research is complete there. And now that I did send my trade route, perfect. It's time to get currency. And again, with Egypt's bonuses, I'm really going to want to start working towards, getting these trade routes set up, get all that additional gold, hopefully, buy my way to victory. Not that that's, super possible, I guess, but, having gold can be really helpful, of course. All right, so what do I want to improve next? I think what I'm going to try to do is improve Yunue a little more, because it seems to be a very slow developing town of mine. And also, again, just scouting this area. So I think, if I can get a city down here, I think a lot of this land can be pretty much guaranteed to be mine. But just looking at this land, it's not amazing. But again, you just got to make do with what you got. And eventually, I'm not a big war player myself, but once they try to attack me, I don't let up. I'm a peaceful guy, but if you try to mess with me, it goes down. I don't mess with that. So meanwhile, my growth here is stifled. So let's see if I can actually. Yeah, I don't think there's too many interesting options here, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to wait till I can improve that wheat and also that granary gets finished. Trajan talking a little smack, as is customary in Civ. I don't remember asking to see your troops. Are you that hungry for war? Our troops are merely just passing by. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not trying to do anything to you. Oh, whoops. Don't want to send him all the way there. Need more housing. Need more food. Trajan finished Machu Picchu. Damn, people are making moves fast. That's all I can say. All right, I'm gonna get this first, and then I'll also get this jade. That way I can trade my extra luxuries. Hopefully get some good boosts. Okay, so some okay land here. Not amazing, but okay. What was that sound? Sounded like he maybe might have put down a. Sounded like he might have put down a harbor just now or something. So I got to be careful of this lake right here. He's probably gonna have quite a few ships. So I definitely want to be careful of that lake. All right, so new government. Let's get into the governments real quick. After I choose my civic, I guess. So here, so preserve is actually new. I haven't used it that much personally. I haven't been playing as much recently. But with the preserve, let's see what it does. Grants up to 3 housing based on appeal, culture bombs adjacent neutral tiles, and increases their appeal by 1. So very interesting. Grove is the building. Build in the preserve grants food, faith, and culture. Interesting. You know what? Let's try it. See what it's like. But I did, of course. Yeah, I forgoed. I don't even know. I forwent trying to get a religion. I feel like it's tough, especially when I don't really feel like I'm in a great position to get a strong religion right now anyway. So yeah, again, just scouting the land. Let's bring this guy back here, get rid of those barbarians. Oh, another village, nice. I'm surprised no one found that. And let's get some more food there. Meanwhile, for this archer, I know I brought him back. Do I want to send him back here to scout that area? Sure, why not? And okay, next turn. Wait, did I choose a government? Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought it gave me a reminder. All right, it's okay. I'll wait one more turn. It's not worth 35 gold to do. Oh my god, a barbarian swordsman, bro. You gotta be joking. All right, let's actually bring this guy back, and let's see if I can sneak up and take that encampment now. Dang it. That's so annoying. All right. But you know, chariot archer is almost ready. My settler is almost ready. But for now, I'm very scared of that swordsman. Because that's tough. That is tough. I think I have to retreat him back to the city, and I'm probably gonna lose this farm right here, which is very, very unfortunate. All right, let's change my government first. All right, governments. Okay, so tier 1 governments. There's three of every tier of government, I guess. But first one we have is Oligarchy, which you know, as you can tell from the 2 military cards and this boost right here around melee, cavalry, anti-cavalry, and naval melee units, gaining combat strength. So Oligarchy, very strong if you want to go. If you feel like either one, you're going to go into war, or if you want to fight other people. Autocracy, +1 to all yields for each government plaza building, diplomatic quarter building, and palace in the city, as well as additional production towards wonders. So to help explain this, government plaza and diplomatic quarter are these special buildings that you can get. Let me show you here. For example, a government plaza, you can build it within your empire. It helps boost your loyalty in that city. And then it also can build additional buildings which give you certain perks. For me personally, I tend to not build these that early. I don't know if it's just me. I'm sure they are very strong. But for me, I feel like getting down these other districts tends to be more important, at least in my view. But you know, everyone kind of, I'm not some super expert player where, you know, I have everything min-maxed out and I know exactly the perfect way to play. But generally, I don't build those too early. Oh, right. Before I do that, let's change my government again. But yeah, so Autocracy, as you can see here, very balanced, 1 of each type plus a wild card. And the boost towards wonders is kind of nice. I think Autocracy maybe at a lower level, I feel like I prefer using. But then Classical Republic is one I like a lot. Gives you districts, cities with district receive an additional housing and amenity. I don't think that's necessarily amazing, but I think it's a solid early boost, and the great person points are decent as well. But really, what I like about it is these economic cards, which I do find personally to be some of my favorite cards. Although there's obviously a good mix of items that you can use. So let's go with Classical Republic here. Of course, I think we got I don't know if it's Plato or whoever it is. But all right, let's look at what we got here. So generally for diplomatic policies, I really like using Charismatic Leader, +2 influence points per turn toward earning city-state envoys. So basically, every turn you earn influence based on your government, your policies, and other buildings you might have. And essentially, when you reach a certain number of influence points, you receive an envoy, which you can freely assign to any of the city-states. So I actually have an envoy here. I'm going to save that envoy for now, because I want to kind of see how the city-state game plays out a little bit. Hong Kong's not necessarily the most pivotal for me to kind of control right now, considering its location. So I think I might wait on that particular item. So yeah, I like using Charismatic Leader. Diplomatic League is not as great unless you're kind of alone and you're meeting people for the first time. Then maybe it's more useful, but otherwise, I really prefer. I just like urban planning in general in the beginning, just to get that early production. My settler I think is almost done, right? Yeah, I have 1 turn on that settler. So, and how many turns is it going to take to 8 turns? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I feel like I got to keep it just because it's 1 turn, or let's see how much production I need left. So again, you can kind of see the details. So 87 out of 93, and I'm getting +10 production per turn. So I can pretty safely take off that card, actually. So what I'm going to do is take off this one. Do I want builders? Yeah, let's get some more builders, and let's also get some just general production. Let's get that Charismatic Leader, and let's get conscription just so I can save some money. Or no, I wanted to pump out the cavalry units, right? Let's do that. The chariot archers. And meanwhile, let's start working towards drama and poetry. I don't think I need too many amenities right now, and drama and poetry will allow me to kind of start getting my culture game up a little bit, which considering who I'm playing as, might be one way to go because of the Sphinx. We'll see. So yeah, I wanted to make sure, see if he had something there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal this guy there. And I'm going to start bringing some of these units back to kind of take care of this swordsman threat right now, because that swordsman is gonna wreck my warriors, so I need to be very careful right now. He wants to trade me iron. Well, this is all right. So in general, in Civ, I like to try to get gold per turn. That's usually where I try to go. He's only got 4 gold per turn. I don't really want 4 gold per turn. So I'll shop that around. I'll shop that around later. Yikes. Yikes. I was not thinking there. Yeah, that was a dumb move on my part. But I'm gonna disengage. Hopefully he goes back to his place. Let's get this chariot archer over. Let's take a look at him real quick too. And also what you just saw just now, the wait a second. That historic timeline. So if you do have the expansions, Making any sort of unique building, unique unit, usually gives you a good boost to your era score. So just FYI. So let's attack that warrior with our chariot archer. Let's bring this guy back. Let's bring this guy up. I'm probably going to lose this farm next turn because he's probably going to pillage it, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, for this... I think I can move my settler here pretty safely. Because again, most units can only move 2 spaces, right? But to cross that river, it's going to take all the movement, so he wouldn't really even be able to attack me or anything. So I'm going to move that settler out. And also another important concept is, when you click on units like this, you'll see like these red circles. These are zones of control. So basically, for him to exit a zone of control, it's going to take extra movement. So if you were to try to escape my warrior's zone of control, it would not be very possible for him. But he's also across a river right now, so what I said might not exact. You gotta be joking me. Hey guys, sorry, I don't really know what happened just now. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing magic, but my game froze really randomly. Don't know what happened. Hopefully everything's okay. But just to fill everyone in, somehow my warrior attacked this guy. I did not mean for that to happen at all. It's okay. I'll live. Meanwhile, I started researching masonry because I do want to start getting some walls, I think, and being careful of the guys around me. Just kind of noting on that, seeing these military strengths, India up here seems pretty strong. But I'm not too concerned about India at the moment. He's not necessarily really close to me. Rome isn't even really much stronger than me, so I'm not concerned about him at all. Meanwhile, for Norway, decently stronger than me. I think I can still defend against anything, and I also think just knowing Norway as a civ and as an AI, I think a good amount of his units are likely going to be ships. So I'm not too concerned about Norway at the moment. But still want to just make sure I can get walls whenever I need to, so at least I'll have the technology ready. Alright, so meanwhile, since I'm probably going to lose this, let's start working on another builder, just because I'm probably going to lose some improvements around here. Meanwhile, up here in Swanet, let's get a campus. Oh, I want that one though. Alright, so maybe I'll wait on the campus for now. Yeah, I'll wait on the campus for now. Because I need some gold. It's gonna take a while actually. So maybe let's start getting this these trade districts set up. So what I'm thinking is I will put it I kind of want to put it here, I think, next to this this campus. Damn, so difficult without any good resources around me. Without the gold too. So what I think instead I will do, let's get this water mill, get a little bit of production. I think that can't hurt. And here, not too much crazy stuff going on. Again, I need my land to expand before, because I just don't have enough money to just buy tiles to build some of these areas that I would want. So down here, what I will do is probably also start. Let's get another chariot archer. Why not? Let's just get a bunch of chariot archers. Make things a little interesting here. 2 gold a turn and open borders. Sorry. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, I was gonna start shopping. start shopping that around. All right, so I'm gonna, no, don't attack. I don't know why that's queued up. I did not tell him to do that. Attack that guy. Let's get that nice and envoy. I'm gonna start investing in Nazgarmu just because they're my closest neighbor, and I think having a military civ on my side would be very useful. Let's keep attacking that dude. Can I attack him? Nope. Again, I'm just gonna carefully bring my settler down to this area so I can try to claim Crater Lake over here. But where do I actually want to settle this? So this one's a little tough because, as you can see, this land is not great at all. Like, I'm literally only settling it just to get Crater Lake. So I could get the deer here, but even that deer is not that great. So what I'm thinking is maybe like here. Maybe here. Maybe right next to Crater Lake. Maybe this spot seems like a decent spot. Again, not ideal, but sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got, right? Yeah, let's bring some units back to help defend. All right, so while he's retreating, go Chariot Archer, chase him. Nice. All right. So in the meantime, let's just keep scouting with this guy. He's almost dead, so I definitely want to be careful with him. Oh no. Good thing. All right, so there's probably another camp nearby. Unless that came from here, it's possible, I guess. But yeah, next turn. All right, so we got another builder. First, let's just fix up that farm. One thing to note, so whenever things get pillaged, destroyed, you can always repair them with builders. And one thing to note is it doesn't actually cost builds to repair. So one thing a lot of good players do, which I need to make a better habit of myself, is to leave a builder with one build who kind of just becomes your go-to fix-it guy, you know, who just run around the map fixing everything you got. For now, I'm not as concerned about that. But yeah, let's keep investing in our infrastructure here. Let's get this library. And let's also get Nazgarmu under our wing. So as you can see here on this right side, it says who the suzerain is. Suzerain of every city-state is. Basically, when you become suzerain, you get a nice bonus depending on the city-state, and then you also can potentially control their units and various other things. So just to show you what happens, let's confirm. They bow to Egypt. So yeah, now, oh, whoa. All right, so Nazgarmu basically gave me a vision of everything they see, and I see quite a large Indian army moving close to me. So I'm actually going to start moving my units up here, just in case they attack. Nazgarmu's going to cover me here, so I'm not worried about that. I'm more so concerned if they do try to break through here. Luckily, there's this tiny little mountain pass they would have to break through, so it's a pretty sweet defensive spot. So noting that, of course, you know, I'm gonna take out this guy just so I don't need to worry about him later. And again, I want to start getting ready to defend this spot if he does decide to attack me, because right now he's showing me a friendly face, which why I haven't done anything to deserve his friendship. Please, I'm keeping the peace. And an unknown reason that he's happy with me. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I just want to be careful. He might be attacking Auckland. He might be attacking Rome. I don't know, but don't like what I'm seeing, basically. But okay, excuse me. So what I'm thinking is maybe right here is where I want to settle. I can get the lake, get this deer, get this wheat. Close enough to this river to get some of the boosts for some of the things there. And I can also start building this area. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And otherwise, looks like nothing else to update here. So let's... Oh, what? Oh. Nazgarmu declared war on Trajan? So Trajan is at war with Basile, and looks like everyone is mad at Trajan. So Trajan here, wow, that's a big city first off, but Trajan there might be dead. He might die. But okay, so ironworking isn't going to necessarily be that useful for me because I don't have any real iron areas. But let's get sailing. Do I have any coastal? I will, but I think it's not super high priority right now, actually. So let's... Do I even have horses? Like, this land is literally, like, there's literally nothing. Like, there's no horses, there's no iron. It's just desert, a lake, more desert. It's all flat. Like, dang, game. Give me something to work with here. All right, let's see. So what are we working here? Deer, wheat. Okay. So yeah, let's get that deer with that builder. Let's take out that camp. Nice. Let's also bring that warrior back in to heal. Let's settle this city. Niken gets to enjoy the crater lake. Amazing. All right. So one thing, of course, though, is this doesn't provide any food. So let's lock in. And so one thing you probably noticed before is that population will stagnate. It's not going to grow because, again, no food is getting retained. So I manually switched over to this wheat right here because I do want to be able to grow my population first and foremost. In the meantime, let's also... excuse me. Let's also reassign Reina down to Niken, so we can help kind of its border growth a little bit. Yeah, we see Alison starting to get populated down there. In the meantime, how do we want to kick off here? I think I'm okay there for now. Let's start by getting this monument. And we'll go from there. So monuments, your people settle too close. All right, so generally when you get to this kind of a deal, you know, you can kind of decide how you want to approach it. It kind of affects your relationship and things. And I think depending on which expansion you have, you might be able to get diplomatic favor and grievances. Basically, favor helps you with voting, things like that, to get favor from other people. You can also trade it as another currency, which actually, and I'll show it. I keep forgetting to do the trades. I'll show you in a second, but the favor is relatively useful. And in my opinion, unless they made changes, which they might have, grievances essentially allows you to kind of like declare war on people without getting punishments or penalties as much. But they kind of decay over time, so by the time they're actually even useful, I don't really feel like it does much. So let's generate some diplomatic favor. All right, so Gandhi seems happy with us. So let's see if we can make a deal with him, or let's see if anybody has any additional luxuries. Nope, I have all the same luxuries as him. I have all the same luxuries as him. He has tea. Okay, so generally, normally you only get one amenity per luxury resource, and you don't get any bonuses from repeats or anything like that. So if you have two of something, it's generally a good idea to trade it. So here I see tea for Jade. He's happy to accept this deal. Let's see if I can get any additional money from it. Nice. He'll give me 3 additional gold plus a five gold for 1 turn and 3 gold per turn for 30 turns, so that's not bad. Let's see if I can give him some of my diplomatic favor and see if I can get more gold. 6 gold a turn for that, not bad. You know what, let's do that. Let's see if Gandhi will take the rest of my diplomatic favor. One gold. All right. Screw you, Gandhi. All right, but yeah, got my first deal in. So again, we're trading amenities for 30 turns, plus getting some additional gold, which maybe it's not showing as quite yet. I'm not sure, but it is definitely a good boost for me to have. So yeah, let's build this camp here on this deer. Let's get this campus now. Get some of that sweet, sweet science. Oh, I meant to actually move this warrior down here just to keep an eye on things, but it's fine. And again, just keeping tabs, seeing if there's any units around. Don't want to get taken by surprise by Norway here. Give me 5 gold a turn for my 23. What? Yeah, that tends to happen where like you'll adjust it and it'll be like no, and then you adjust it back and he's still like no, and then you hit what'll make it equitable and it works out. So again, yeah, something I've noticed like higher level players doing is they will trade their diplomatic favor, which maybe is not that useful early game at least. Just considering, I guess, how strong some other civs might be, gold tends to be a little more useful early on. So let's try that out. Let's see how it plays out and how it makes the game feel. I'll accept that deal. So now that the trading has started, I'm making a significant amount more gold per turn. So good trade for us overall. Again, let's start bringing these. I should have brought him north. What am I doing? But yeah, just bring the units up here. Get ready to defend anything if we need to. Not too much to improve here. So let's bring him to Swanet, or let's get that wheat over there too. Meanwhile, for next, see, it's tough. I can't even make horsemen because I don't have horses. Can't make swordsmen because I don't got iron. Like this is brutal. I'm not gonna lie. Let's even get that Petra. Petra's gonna be pretty big if we do eventually get a city, maybe around here somewhere. Would be very useful to have a Petra under our control. Again, just keeping tabs on things. I probably should have went. Oh, there we go. And it's war. All right. So I think that this might be a good place to stop for now. We have had war declared on us. And let's see who else. Rapa Nui. I don't know where Rapa Nui is, so I don't need to worry about them. But yeah, I think this will be a good place to stop for part 2 of this video. Let me know down below in the comments, you know, if there's certain questions you might have that I can try to address. But right now, my main priority, of course, defending my lands. And we'll see that next time in our Civ 6 tutorial series. Thanks again, guys. Really appreciate you checking out this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know if you have any sort of questions. I'm more than happy to talk about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.